Picture this. You're in a Zoom call, the VP of product is there, your engineering manager is there. They ask the question that kills more careers than bad code ever will. How long will this take? You haven't seen the legacy code, you don't have a spec, you don't even know if the API you need actually exists. But the silence is awkward. You feel the pressure to be competent. You do some quick mental math, best case, no bugs, no meetings, infinite coffee. You look at the camera and say, 2 weeks. Congratulations, you just lied. And you didn't just lie, you signed a contract you can't keep. Fast forward 2 months, the project is smoking in the corner. You're working weekends, neglecting your family. The marketing team already bought ads based on your date. And who looks like an idiot? You! Giving a deadline for something you don't understand isn't being helpful. It is professional negligence. Today I am going to show you why your brain is wired to give you bad estimates, and I am going to give you 3 exact scripts experienced engineers use to handle this pressure without ruining their reputation. Why do we always say 2 weeks? Why is that the magic number for every developer knows? It's called the planning fallacy. Human beings are optimistic machines. When you estimate a task, you imagine the path of least resistance. You imagine typing code. You forget about merge conflicts, CI/CD pipeline breaking, the 3 hours you will spend debugging a library that for some reason hasn't been updated since 2019. Dave from sales slacking you for a quick favor. When a stakeholder asks for a date, they aren't trying to trap you. They are anxious. They have a budget. They have a board meeting. They want certainty. A specific date, March 3rd, feels like control. But a date based on zero research is a hallucination. If you give a single number, a point estimate for a complex task, you have a 90% chance of being wrong. Would you get on a plane that has a 90% chance of crashing? No, I don't think so. So why do you drive your career that way? Here is a tool that saves you. It's called the cone of uncertainty. This is standard engineering theory. At the beginning of the project, where you usually are when they ask for a date, you know the least amount of information you will ever know. At this stage, industry data shows your estimate can be off by 400%. That is not you being bad at your job, that is the nature of software. As you write code, the cone narrows. You learn the truth. But if you gave a hard deadline at the start, you trapped yourself here. You promised precision when all you got was a fog. You need to stop selling certainty and start selling probability. Here is how you do it. Rule number 1. Never give a single date. If you give a single date, you are 100% wrong. Instead, use a confidence check. When they ask when is it done, you say, based on what I know right now, my high confidence estimate is 6 weeks. If everything goes perfectly, it could be 3 weeks, but I'm planning for 6. They might push back. They might say, I need a specific date for the launch. You stand your ground. You say, I can say 3 weeks to make you happy right now, sure. But we will both be screaming at each other in a month when I miss it. I prefer to give you a date I can actually hit. Let's plan for 6. Junior promises the best case scenario. Professionals promise the worst case scenario and deliver early. Rule number 2. Sometimes the cone of uncertainty is too wide. You literally have no idea. In this case, do not guess. Never. Use what agile methodologies call a spike. A spike is a time-boxed investigation. You are buying information. Here is a script. I can't give you a responsible number yet because I haven't seen the code. I don't want to lie to you. Give me 2-day research spike. By Friday, I will come back with a breakdown and a timeline I am willing to bet my salary on. Most managers will accept this. Why? Because you sound responsible. You sound like you care about the outcome, not just getting out of the meeting. You're trading 2 days of time for 100% more accuracy. That is a good trade. Rule number 3. What if the deadline is real? A legal requirement, a Black Friday sale. The date literally cannot move. In this case, you use the iron triangle. A triangle with corners labeled time, scope, and quality. You cannot have all 3. If time is fixed and quality is non-negotiable, then scope must bleed. Here is the script. Okay, if we must launch by May 1st, we can build the full dashboard. We can build the login and the basic report. The export feature waits for version 2. Do you want to cut scope or do you want to move the date? For them to choose. That is what professionals do. Amateurs say yes and suffer. Professionals negotiate the trade-off. Stop being a people pleaser. Your job isn't to make your manager feel warm and fuzzy in a meeting. Your job is to deliver reliable software that drives the business. Bad estimates burn out teams. They destroy trust. They cost millions of dollars. The next time someone corners you for a date, take a breath. Remember the cone of uncertainty, give a wrench. Ask for a spike. Be the person who delivers the uncomfortable truth, not the comfortable lie. Now go build something great and tell them it will take twice as long as you think. See ya. And if you want to become even better, subscribe to my channel and newsletter with weekly tips and templates on how to handle tough situations at work. And now for real. See you in the next one.